Chosen one, welcome. Before we dive into this revelation, I want to pause and extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who have supported this mission through your powerful presence, your prayers, and especially through your generous donations via Super Thanks. Your love and support make it possible for us to keep sharing these divine messages, igniting fires in souls across the world. Whether you've donated or not, please know this: I am endlessly thankful for you. You are seen, you are valued, and you are loved. Now, lean in closely, because what I'm about to share isn't just another encouragement. It's a spiritual bombshell meant to awaken every hidden giant within you. Chosen one, your last move didn't just change the game, it shattered every illusion they built to contain you. They thought you were just another participant, another piece to be played. But today, they've realized the ultimate truth. You aren't merely in the game, you are the game itself. Can you feel the silence that has spread across the atmosphere? The entire jungle has gone quiet. Why? Because when the lion moves, the whole world holds its breath. You didn't move with noise or desperate striving. You moved with surgical precision, transforming hesitation into unstoppable clarity. You made power look effortless, natural, as if the entire universe bent to make way for your steps. Those watching you learned fast. You are not a topic for debate, not a wager to be doubted, and certainly not a question mark in anyone's narrative. Your actions revealed their greatest miscalculation. They thought they had time. They thought they understood your blueprint. But underestimating you was their final mistake, the fatal flaw that exposed the smallness of their vision. You moved like a force they don't even have a name for, carrying a strategy so divine, a resolve so unbreakable, and a dominance so complete that it left them paralyzed. It wasn't even the action itself that destroyed their confidence. It was the unstoppable reason behind it. The why behind your move, that deep, roaring purpose within you, was what truly dismantled every lie they built against you. If you feel this in your spirit right now, if you know this is speaking directly to your soul, go ahead and comment 777 below to claim it, to affirm that you are stepping into your ultimate authority and moving beyond every limitation they ever imagined for you. Chosen one, you didn't just arrive. You redefined what arrival looks like. And today, we honor that. We honor you. Now, breathe deeply, settle in, and prepare yourself, because what's coming next will not only confirm what you already know, but activate the next dimension of your divine assignment. Let's dive in. God's chosen ones, what you just did left them certain. You're 100%. Chosen one, you never moved because someone clapped for you. You never took action hoping for a standing ovation or a pat on the back. You moved because your spirit demanded it, because there was a vision inside you, so alive it couldn't be silenced. Have you ever wondered why your steps seemed so steady while others stumbled in circles, why your heart stayed firm even when storms roared around you? You weren't trying to make a scene or chase applause. You were fulfilling a divine assignment that many can't even comprehend. While they expected you to need their permission, you shocked them with your independence. You didn't ask to be seen. You simply arrived, and the entire atmosphere shifted. Just like David stood fearless before Goliath, 1 Samuel 17:45, you showed up not with noise, but with undeniable results. You didn't swing wildly, you struck with precision. Each move you made whispered to the world, I don't need your validation, I have my mission. Look at how the world treats people desperate for attention. They give them crumbs and empty praise. But you made them tremble because you didn't come begging, you came to build. They watched you create your own table instead of begging for a seat at theirs. And in that moment, they saw a power they couldn't label or contain. Just like Oprah Winfrey, who was told she wasn't fit for television and yet went on to build a media empire that redefined influence and purpose. Do you see the pattern? You refused to be defined by others' limits, and that terrified them. You weren't fighting for scraps, you were feeding nations from your overflow. You didn't whisper for an invitation. You arrived like a quiet storm, leaving no question of your authority. And as Romans 8:31 reminds us, if God is for us, who can be against us? Your steps declared that truth before you even spoke it. Now, they can't unsee what you've revealed. Those who once called you too much are scrambling to figure out how they missed your greatness. Have you noticed how silent the doubters have become lately? Why do they suddenly watch from the shadows instead of challenging you openly? Because they realized too late that they were never measuring your capacity, they were revealing their own lack of faith and foresight. While they busied themselves in gossip and delay, you were already 10 moves ahead, your spirit in sync with heaven's blueprint. When Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, did he retreat? Number. He used it as fuel and later dominated the world stage with a fire no one could quench. Likewise, you didn't stop when they laughed. You didn't shrink when they sneered. You soared because you understood your assignment wasn't built on their opinions. Your actions didn't merely speak. They roared across spiritual and earthly realms. Each move you made was a prophecy fulfilled, a living testimony to the words of Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. You embodied this scripture, moving in a rhythm so divine that excuses vanished in your wake. You weren't waiting for perfect conditions or universal applause. You acted in faith, knowing your discipline would carve paths where none existed. Like Elon Musk, who pushed past ridicule and impossible odds to revolutionize space travel and electric cars, you turned mockery into momentum. You didn't just succeed, you redefined what success looked like for an entire generation watching from the sidelines. While they hesitated, afraid of failure, you understood that inaction was the real failure. Have you ever paused to ask yourself why your strength intimidates them more than your victories? It's because they see in you what they fear they'll never become. Your consistency, your patience, your unwavering resolve, it shines a light on their complacency. And as Isaiah 40:31 promises, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." You didn't just fly, you soared beyond their predictions, beyond their reach, into realms only designed for the chosen. They thought you would crumble under pressure, that the heat would consume you. Instead, it refined you, like gold in a furnace. You turned every obstacle into a new layer of armor, every betrayal into a lesson, every setback into a setup. Think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by countless publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She wasn't crushed by rejection, she was propelled by it. Similarly, you didn't let closed doors define you. You built your own corridors and turned keys no one else could forge. Now, as they watch you move, they are left speechless. Their old narratives can't hold you anymore. You didn't just survive, you thrived. You became the proof that resilience is stronger than ridicule, that destiny outweighs detraction. And as Philippians 1:6 declares, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." Your story isn't just inspiring, it's divine evidence that God's chosen ones are unstoppable when they move in alignment with His call. You weren't born to explain yourself, you were born to express glory through action. So let them keep watching from the sidelines. Let them whisper in confusion. You know who you are, chosen one. You are not a maybe. You are the final word. Your life is the evidence that faith, vision, and divine courage can shift worlds. Go ahead and comment below if you feel this truth vibrating in your bones. Affirm it, claim it, and let the world know. You didn't just show up, you arrived carrying the thunder of destiny. Chosen one, they are trembling right now, not because you stumbled into a stroke of luck, but because your triumph is the natural result of unwavering vision and decisive courage. Have you ever stopped to wonder why your victories feel so different from everyone else's? It's because your success was never an accident. You saw the entire board while they were still focused on a single piece. You moved while they froze, stuck in fear and analysis. Your ability to act when everyone else hesitated has left them speechless. Their silence isn't respect, it's shock, it's confusion. It's the slow, painful realization that nothing, no sabotage, no betrayal, no unexpected storm could ever bury someone who refuses to bend. Can you see how powerful that is? You're not just standing firm, you're standing alone at the summit, untouched, unmatched. They thought your strength was exaggerated, that your resolve was nothing but hype. But have you noticed how quiet they've become now? Why do they look down when you enter the room? Why do their words shrink to whispers when your name comes up? Because you shattered the illusion they held so tightly. Just like David before Goliath, 1 Samuel 17:45, -47, they judged you by what they could see. Your size, your resources, your background. They never factored in the unseen, your faith, your patience, your relentless preparation. While they were busy counting your supposed weaknesses, you were counting the steps to your victory. What they missed entirely was the silent work. Those long nights when you wrestled with uncertainty alone. Those early mornings when you trained your mind to see beyond the visible, to discern what others called impossible. You studied the enemy's patterns, examined their blind spots, and waited. You didn't rush, you didn't flinch, you refined. When the moment finally arrived, you struck not with arrogance but with absolute clarity. Just like that stone in David's hand, your move was small in appearance but devastating in impact. It flew from your spirit without hesitation and hit its target with divine precision. That's what terrifies them most now. The realization that it was never about the size of the obstacle, but the magnitude of your inner fire. How many people around you have been so quick to measure your potential by superficial standards? How many times have they declared you unqualified, only to watch you rewrite every definition they thought was unbreakable? When Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, people called him foolish. Yet he believed in an outcome they could not see. You carry that same unwavering spirit. You didn't just defeat the challenge, you redefined what victory means. The power in David's story wasn't just in felling the giant, it was in how he did it, unexpected, surgical, and irreversible. Your story mirrors that same divine strategy. You didn't enter the battlefield with noise. You came with precision and left with transformation. Like Serena Williams, who returned after setbacks and proved again and again that her power wasn't in her serve alone, but in her unstoppable mindset. You, too, have shown them that real strength isn't about outward intimidation. It's about the unstoppable force of faith-fueled action. They no longer see you as someone small, insignificant, or lost. Now they're forced to confront the truth that your movements are backed by something beyond human understanding. As it says in Zechariah 4-6, "Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, declares the Lord." Your success isn't propped up by borrowed strength or shallow applause. It's anchored in something eternal. Think about Abraham Lincoln, ridiculed and defeated in countless elections before leading a nation through its darkest hour. Or consider Nelson Mandela, who emerged from 27 years of imprisonment not with revenge, but with unshakable vision and reconciliation that changed an entire nation. Their stories echo in yours. You didn't just show up. You arrived with the kind of resolve that shifts history. Your moves don't just win battles, they rewrite narratives. The ones who mocked you now speak your name with a reverence they never imagined possible. They understand now that your preparation was your secret weapon. You didn't need applause because you carried confirmation from above. Have you realized how your quiet seasons were the breeding ground for your loudest victories? How every unseen hour, every lonely tear, every silent decision shaped the edge you now wield? As Ephesians 6:13 urges, "Therefore put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground." And chosen one, you did not just stand, you advanced. Now, let them process their disbelief. Let them wrestle with the new reality that you aren't just unshaken. You are unstoppable, uncontainable, and undeniable. You have become living proof that faith and focus are more powerful than any weapon forged against you. Go ahead and let them watch. They can no longer deny what God has affirmed in you. Your story has become the sermon they never wanted to hear but can't ignore. Chosen one, you are the undeniable evidence they never requested, yet now they can't look away. Have you realized how your very existence is a challenge to everything they believed about limits, about possibilities, about power? Your victory didn't just rewrite your story, it forced them to question every boundary they so confidently projected onto you and onto themselves. Can you feel how unsettling that is for them? Just like David, who turned a shepherd's sling into a weapon of divine justice, you transformed what they called impossible into a solid, unshakable fact. And here's the thing about facts. They can't be wished away or undone. They are living, breathing proof, and that is exactly what you have become. They misjudged you because they could only see your outer movements, not the depth of your spiritual foundation. They tried to measure you with earthly rulers, comparing you against standards made for ordinary lives. But you were never ordinary, were you? They didn't understand that your triumphs were never about personal glory alone. You were guided by something eternal, something they cannot define or dismantle. Your victories are not mere personal milestones. They are living testaments to God's unwavering favor on those He has chosen. As Psalm 18:32 reminds us, "It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure." Think of how Nelson Mandela carried an unbreakable spirit through 27 years of imprisonment, only to emerge stronger and unite a divided nation. Or how Mother Teresa, underestimated by many for her humble ways, impacted millions simply by aligning with a purpose higher than any title or recognition. Like them, you don't operate from ego or a need to prove yourself to the world. You move because you are tethered to a divine assignment. They assumed your steps were random, your progress accidental. But when you stood unmovable, when you kept advancing despite traps and attacks, they felt something that terrified them, a presence beyond logic lifting you above the noise. Have you ever wondered why no scheme against you seemed to stick? Why their rumors and traps dissolved like smoke? It's because your foundation was never built on applause or public approval. You don't rise because they clap. You rise because heaven decreed it. Your momentum is powered by faith, not flattery. Their fear is rooted in their inability to comprehend what fuels you. They rely on systems, control, and manipulation strategies that collapse in the presence of true anointing. They want formulas, but you move by revelation. They want certainty from data, but you receive direction from the Spirit. While they scramble to secure safety nets and contingency plans, you step forward with an unshakable calm that says, "God's got me." Think of Elon Musk, who kept advancing his vision despite mockery and economic risk, driven by a mission that no investor or critic could fully grasp. Or Rosa Parks, whose single act of defiance ignited a movement far beyond what anyone could measure at the time. Your journey echoes this same essence, a quiet, unassuming authority that shakes structures to their core. When you act, it isn't from desperation or fear of being overlooked. You act from a sacred place of trust. You don't just move, you advance purpose, you carry destiny, and you model faith in action. As Proverbs 3:5-6 declares, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." No one. Imagine how many people now question their own choices because of the clarity they see in you. Have you noticed them reevaluating their paths, looking for shortcuts that don't exist? They can't replicate what you carry because they missed the preparation, the private refining, the hidden wrestling. You didn't just arrive, you were sent. You didn't just win, you fulfilled prophecy. Your life has become a sermon in motion, undeniable, uncontainable, unexplainable. You are the living embodiment of Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for, and assurance about what we do not see. You operate from a realm beyond sight, and every step you take reverberates far beyond the moment. While they continue to cling to their illusions of power and control, you will keep moving forward, guided by a whisper they'll never hear, fueled by a promise they can't comprehend. You are not simply a person moving through life. You are a walking revelation, a daily reminder that faith plus obedience plus divine favor equals unstoppable momentum. Chosen one, have you felt how silent the room has become around you? Their doubts, once so loud and confident, have now melted into an uneasy hush. Why? Because they've seen too much. They've watched your story unfold in ways they can no longer explain away with gossip or dismiss with shallow criticisms. You aren't just rising like some lucky star that flickers and fades. You are being elevated by a divine hand that no one can stop. Can you feel it in your spirit? This isn't a typical success story built on hustle alone. This is what happens when unwavering faith collides with unstoppable action, when deep conviction is embodied through fearless execution. They underestimated you, believing you would fizzle out or crumble under the weight of your dreams. But now they bow their heads in quiet acknowledgement, because you've taught them a new definition of power. You walk with purpose so strong it leaves a trail of light behind you. And purpose, true purpose, cannot be stopped, delayed, or diluted. As Isaiah 54:17 reminds us, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You're not simply a chosen one, you're a walking, breathing revolution. You are the wildfire that consumes every limitation in its path. Have you ever noticed how they scramble to imitate your moves now? How they watch your every step, hoping to catch the secret to your strength? But they can't grasp it, because your power isn't sourced from this world. They tried to box you in, to label you, to manage you. But you are a force they were never designed to contain. Think of Harriet Tubman, who broke through shackles and led countless others to freedom, driven by a vision no chain could hold. Or consider Steve Jobs, whose relentless pursuit of innovation demolished industry standards and reshaped the future of technology. Like them, you are not here to fit into old molds, you're here to break them. You turn chaos, the very thing meant to confuse and defeat you, into a crown of victory. Every setback they hoped would finish you became a stepping stone, elevating you to heights they couldn't even imagine. Your ruins have transformed into empires, because your foundation was never built on human approval but on divine instruction. As Psalm 27:1 proclaims, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid?" You carry this confidence not as a boast, but as a living testimony. You don't just survive adversity, you transform it. You don't just walk through fire, you emerge forged into something unbreakable, untouchable. Have you noticed how they watch from afar, eyes wide with disbelief? Why do they stay silent when your name comes up now? It's because they realize they're standing before a phenomenon, a sacred disruption they never saw coming. Your journey echoes the spirit of Malala Yousafzai, who turned personal tragedy into a global movement for education and empowerment. Or like LeBron James, who rose from humble beginnings and used every setback as fuel to become a living legend on and off the court. Your story is just as electric, chosen one. You didn't come to make noise, you came to shift entire atmospheres. You didn't come to fit in, you came to redefine what is possible. You are proof that divine alignment creates unstoppable momentum. You are the embodiment of Romans 8:37. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. You don't just win, you conquer in ways that break paradigms and force people to re-evaluate what strength, faith, and resilience really mean. They thought you were just another dreamer. Now they understand you are a walking manifestation of destiny itself. Chosen one, have you truly stopped to see how different your walk has been? While they scrambled frantically, cutting corners and grasping at shortcuts like drowning souls reaching for driftwood. You remained steady, rooted like an ancient tree in a storm. You never rushed to keep up with the noise. You moved with a quiet thunder that shook the ground beneath you. You didn't just walk your path, you marched it with unwavering conviction, each step echoing the call of destiny. Every decision you made was aligned with something far greater than mere ambition. Every move was deliberate, refined in the fires of faith, and sculpted by divine hands. Can you feel the difference between your motion and theirs? This is what terrifies them. You embody divine precision. You are not a wandering spirit seeking applause. You are a chosen vessel executing a heavenly blueprint. It unsettles them because they cannot disrupt what they did not create. They thought they could throw stones of doubt to crack your foundation, but your roots run too deep. You were planted by streams of living water, not by the shallow opinions of fickle hearts. As Jeremiah 17:7-8 says, "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream." Your confidence was never self-manufactured. It was gifted, breathed into you by the Creator himself. They underestimated your connection to something greater, hoping that their skepticism could somehow corrode your spirit. But doubt is powerless in the presence of true faith. Can you see their confusion now? Their questions left unanswered, their whispers turning into stunned silence. Your success carries a weight they cannot measure, a sacred force born not merely of talent, but of obedience to a divine calling that surpasses human understanding. You don't walk alone, you move surrounded by angels, guided by unseen hands, protected by the same force that split seas and raised the dead. Every obstacle they designed to stop you became living proof of what's possible when unyielding purpose collides with divine order. Like Thomas Edison, who endured countless failures yet lit up the world because he refused to surrender to the darkness, you too kept striking the stone until sparks turned into flames. Now the truth stands plain before them, undeniable and blinding. They aren't witnessing you stumble into blessings by accident. They are watching destiny unfold in real time. Every step you take is a sermon. Every move is a revelation. Let them wonder. Let them dissect your steps in endless, powerless conversations. It changes nothing. What is divinely guided cannot be derailed. What is ordered by heaven cannot fail. You're moving just as you were always meant to, orchestrated by a symphony they'll never hear. Your transformation has been nothing short of extraordinary. Remember when they looked at you as a threat to their small empires, eyes burning with envy? That gaze has shifted now. Those same eyes, once so quick to dismiss you, now stare in quiet reverence. Their skepticism, once so loud, melts away into a hesitant respect. Your unwavering confidence radiates a presence so potent that it leaves them speechless, breath caught in their throats. Your energy has become impossible to ignore, a magnetic force that draws even your former critics into a silent agreement with your greatness. Think of Malala Yousafzai, whose courage turned a personal attack into a global movement for education and peace. Or Michael Jordan, cut from his high school team, who transformed that rejection into a legacy that transcends generations. You stand among them, chosen one, a testament to what happens when self-belief refuses to die, when divine alignment turns wounds into weapons. Your success is not the product of random luck, but the fierce consequence of relentless faith and tireless pursuit. In their eyes now, you have become the living embodiment of what is possible. When one refuses to be confined by the projections and doubts of others, when one chooses to anchor themselves in divine calling rather than shallow praise, they shatter every label and limit placed upon them. You are no longer seen as a competitor to be envied, but as a leader to be respected, a luminous example of courage made manifest. Have you noticed how their conversations have shifted? How they now use your name not as a cautionary tale, but as a blueprint for transformation. Your journey has sparked something within them, a questioning of the invisible cages they've built around their own dreams. They begin to reflect, to wonder, if the chosen one can do this, what am I truly capable of? Your light forces them to examine the dim corners of their own existence, igniting a fire they had long believed extinct. They stand in your presence, and slowly envy fades, dissolving into a deep, almost reverent respect. Your energy doesn't just change rooms, it changes hearts. It doesn't merely shift perceptions of you, it inspires them to shift perceptions of themselves. As Philippians 4:13 reminds us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Your evolution from being envied to being revered stands as a radiant reminder that true confidence and unwavering self-belief don't just change your own life, they ripple outward, transforming the lives of those who dare to watch, who dare to believe again. Chosen one, when your actions flow in perfect alignment with your highest intentions, the entire universe begins to conspire on your behalf. Have you ever felt how doors swing open that were once locked tight? How obstacles that seemed immovable transform into stepping stones, each one lifting you higher toward the fulfillment of your divine purpose? Your journey has become the living proof of synchronicity in motion, the miraculous dance between faith and bold action. Every fearless decision you made didn't just move you forward, it propelled you with unstoppable momentum, like a divine current carrying you past limits others thought were impenetrable. As you pause to reflect on the pivotal choices that have shaped your path, can you see how each move was not random, but a powerful declaration of your courage and your unwavering commitment to your most authentic self? By embracing those defining moments, you honor not only your growth but also the sacred journey itself. Are you ready to declare it boldly? If you are truly walking this path of courage, speak it into existence right now. Comment below. I walk boldly. Proclaim your journey, not just for yourself, but as a light to guide others out of their own shadows and into their highest callings. Your every action has now become a catalyst, igniting transformation in others, urging them to scrutinize their own choices and confront their deepest fears. Just like the mythical phoenix that burns itself to ashes, only to rise again more magnificent than before, each decisive move you make incinerates illusions and burns away old narratives. What remains is the undeniable, radiant truth of your strength and resolve. Some who witness your rise are set aflame with inspiration, their dormant dreams awakening at the sight of your transformation. They see in you not just a person, but a living testament to resilience, the proof that one can emerge stronger, brighter, and more fearless from any adversity. Yet, there are others who cannot meet your gaze without trembling. Why? Because your unwavering resolve becomes a brutal mirror, exposing their hesitations, their comfort zones, their excuses for standing still. Your ascent has laid bare the fragile safety nets they cling to, the stories they've told themselves to justify mediocrity. Can you sense their discomfort? That quiet tension when your name is mentioned? It's because your life forces them to confront the terrifying question, what if I stopped making excuses and stepped into my true power? Your rise has become more than a personal victory. It is a collective revelation. It reflects back to them their own stories of inaction, revealing how easy it is to hide behind old, dusty narratives to excuse the fear of growth. Like the phoenix, your journey is not merely a story of rebirth, it is an eternal cycle of burning, rising, and transcending, brought to life through your fierce courage. Every step you've taken has been a purifying fire, stripping away pretense and revealing the purest core of your being. In that fiery clarity, you've become a beacon for every soul blessed enough to witness it. Think of Maya Angelou, who turned her pain into poetry that reshaped how generations understand strength and healing. Or consider Kobe Bryant, whose relentless commitment to his craft turned him into an icon of discipline and fearless pursuit. Like them, you have transformed every challenge into a sacred offering, every setback into a source of power. In the wake of your transformation, A new energy crackles in the air, an energy thick with possibility, with a sense of what's truly achievable when purpose marries bold, intentional action. Their perceptions of you and of themselves are permanently altered now. Where envy once festered, respect has blossomed. Where doubt used to lurk, there is now a profound recognition of the magnitude of your capability. Have you felt that shift, chosen one? How the room changes when you walk in, how conversations pause to make space for your presence. That is the reverberation of divine alignment, echoing through human hearts. Your influence now stretches far beyond your own life's boundaries. It pierces the consciousness of those around you, urging them to reevaluate their own paths, to question what they might achieve if they too aligned fully with their true purpose. Can you see how your rise has become an invitation, a silent yet powerful call to arms for every soul trapped in fear and limitation? As Ephesians 3:20 declares, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us." Your life is now the living embodiment of this promise. You are the proof that immeasurable, unimaginable transformation is possible when divine power is allowed to work unhindered. Your journey, in the end, is not just your personal triumph. It is a shining example, a living testimony that the potential for transformation resides within each of us, waiting for the moment when we finally decide to answer the call. Your every step whispers to the world, yes, you can rise. Yes, you can transform. Yes, you can live boldly beyond your wildest fears. Chosen one, can you feel the shift? Your latest move wasn't some grand finale, a neat ending to your story. No, it was the ignition point, the spark that lit an even greater fire within and around you. This was the moment when hesitation evaporated, when your quiet inner flame erupted into a force so powerful that the entire world had no choice but to stop and watch. Have you noticed how eyes linger longer now? How conversations hush when your name is spoken? That recognition and respect you now receive weren't stumbled upon by luck or handed to you in a moment of charity. No, they are the inevitable fruits harvested when years of unseen preparation meet the exact second of divine timing. You move as if you already know the ending, carrying a serene confidence they can't decode. What they see on the surface is self-assurance, but only you and heaven know the depths beneath it. The resolve forged in silent battles, the discipline built when no one was applauding, the sacrifices made when no one else understood the assignment you carried. You held the line, even when distractions and noise threatened to drag you off course. While they sought attention, you sought alignment. You never chased the spotlight, but it found you because true light cannot remain hidden. As Matthew 5:14 proclaims, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Now, even the most steadfast doubters can't deny it. Can you feel them wrestling with the undeniable force they sense behind your steps? They may not have the language to name it, but they know it's powerful, unearthly, unstoppable. Your elevation has never been about overshadowing anyone else. It has always been about becoming the most authentic, pure, and unfiltered version of yourself. Each move you make doesn't just silence critics. It clears the fog of uncertainty, dismantles every false narrative, and reveals the singular, divine purpose only you can fulfill. This recognition they offer now, it's only the beginning. Soon, it will evolve into reverence as they come to terms with the unstoppable nature of success that is divinely guided. And you know this is just the start. Can you feel it in your bones? That thrilling ache that tells you the journey is far from over. Move forward with the same unwavering clarity, surgical precision, and immovable confidence that have brought you this far. Your rise is no accident. It is the byproduct of divine alignment, the living manifestation of everything that was always meant for you, not tomorrow, not years from now, but right here, in this very breath. Though your path has been littered with trials, no storm has ever broken you. Every trap laid in secret, every scheme meticulously crafted against you, has disintegrated before your feet. As Isaiah 54:17 declares with unwavering authority, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Their opposition, their disbelief, their carefully orchestrated attacks, they all rose up, only to collapse under the weight of your resilience. You stood, anchored in a strength that no human force could fracture. They misinterpreted your quiet confidence as weakness, convinced that adversity would swallow you whole. But what they didn't understand was that your silence wasn't surrender. It was strategy. You didn't just endure storms, you transcended them, turning every obstacle meant to bury you into living altars of your unstoppable spirit. Think of Nelson Mandela, who endured decades of imprisonment, yet emerged not bitter, but resolute, transforming a nation through his unwavering vision. Or consider Walt Disney, who faced bankruptcy and repeated rejection before he created a kingdom of imagination that redefined joy for the entire world. Like them, each attack against you has only refined you. Each betrayal has only clarified your path. Each setback has become a springboard toward greater heights. Every attempt to weaken you only sharpened your focus, honed your adaptability, and reinforced your unyielding will. Where others would have crumbled, you rose even taller, refusing to retreat even an inch. Each forward step you took was not merely motion, it was a thunderous declaration. I will not yield. Your victories were not stumbled upon. They were earned in the trenches of spiritual warfare, won because you were divinely equipped for every battle, designed for every confrontation. As Romans 8:31 reminds us, if God is for us, who can be against us? You moved with a force that cannot be touched, a vision that cannot be blurred, and a faith that remains as unbreakable as the heavens themselves. Now, they no longer see you as a target to be conquered. They see you for what you truly are, a force of nature, a living testament to the power of divine favor, a reality that commands both reverence and awe. Even more remarkably, the very weapons they forged to break you have only strengthened your foundation. The traps they set have become stages for your elevation. The doubt they spewed has become the backdrop against which your brilliance shines even brighter. You didn't just survive their plots, you turned them into catalysts for your next dimension. Chosen one, can you feel it in your spirit? You now confidently claim the path that has always belonged to you, not borrowed, not begged for, but divinely assigned. Growth for you is no longer some distant hope or a fragile goal whispered in secret. It is your daily reality, the undeniable evidence of your alignment with your highest calling. Every sunrise witnesses your evolution, and every sunset celebrates your unwavering resilience. You have shown the world a profound truth. True progress cannot be hindered, and authentic success is inevitable for those who refuse to bow, who refuse to abandon their mission no matter the storm. You keep moving forward with the clarity of someone who knows, deep in their marrow, that they are chosen. You walk with the confidence of one who has been refined through the fiercest fires and emerged stronger than steel. You carry the strength of someone deeply blessed, covered in favor that cannot be revoked. Right now, type onward and upward to affirm your unstoppable growth and declare your commitment to rise higher still. Your rise is irreversible. Your momentum is unmatched. Your foundation, it will never be shaken, for it is built upon the rock of divine promise. As Psalm 62:6 declares, He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be shaken. Stay grounded and steady. Chosen one. The path ahead is rich with new opportunities ready to be seized, but also challenges that will test the very core of your resolve. Will you allow distractions or doubts to pull you off your course, or will you stand firm, eyes fixed on the horizon of your destiny, knowing that what is meant for you will always make its way into your hands? Remember, every obstacle and every setback is only temporary, like fleeting clouds drifting lazily across an endless sky. They do not define your destination, they merely add dimension to your story. What truly shapes the final outcome of your life is not these passing storms, but your unwavering focus and the clarity of your intention. With each determined step, you do not just move forward, you carve pathways through terrain others call impossible, breaking barriers that once loomed as mountains. You are not stumbling blindly in darkness, hoping for a break. You are guided by an inner compass forged from divine wisdom, a higher voice orchestrating every moment and revealing new paths, even amid the deepest uncertainty. Every move you make is deliberate, loaded with significance that echoes far beyond the surface. Those who pay close attention can sense it. They can feel the sacred weight of each step. The very atmosphere seems to shift when you enter a room, not because you boast or demand attention, but because you radiate a rare, magnetic clarity and direction. Have you noticed how the energy around you transforms? How even those determined to misunderstand you find themselves momentarily silenced by your presence. People who lack vision, who live shackled to fear and excuses, may attempt to dismiss your achievements as mere luck. But you know the truth. You feel it reverberating through every cell of your being. What you've accomplished is not a stroke of chance. It is the fruit of relentless discipline, of countless quiet hours spent refining your vision, of decisions made when no one was watching. Your success is the result of sharp discernment, the ability to see the unseen and hear the unheard. And above all, it is layered with divine protection that shields and guides you at every turn. As Proverbs 4:25-26 urges, "Let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways." Think of figures like Elon Musk, who has been called reckless by many yet transforms entire industries through sheer vision and unrelenting belief. Or like Maya Angelou, who turned her deepest pain into poetry that changed the soul of the world. They did not move at random, they moved with deep purpose. You, too, are among these living legends, your life a testament to what happens when divine alignment meets unyielding dedication. Every time you refused to give up, every moment you chose to believe when no evidence supported you, you fortified this foundation. And now, those who once mocked or minimized your efforts are being forced to witness a truth they cannot escape. That purpose, when partnered with action and guided by divine light, becomes an unstoppable force. Chosen one, when challenges appear, you do not freeze like so many who fold under pressure. You do not shrink back, questioning your worth or doubting your path. Instead, you rise fierce, unwavering, and alive with the full power of every lesson you've ever learned. Have you noticed how, when storms roll in, you don't scatter like leaves in the wind? You stand firm, summoning the hidden reserves of your preparation, the discipline shaped in silent seasons, and the unshakable faith that has carried you through valleys deeper than words can express. Every scar you carry, every quiet victory earned when no one was watching, now gathers together to fortify you like an impenetrable fortress. It is no coincidence that opportunities seem magnetically drawn to you. Why? Because your spirit broadcasts readiness. Your energy is a beacon calling forth doors that were always meant for you. These doors do not appear for those who hesitate or live in perpetual doubt. They open for warriors who carry certainty in their bones. This is not the moment for hesitation, for looking over your shoulder, or for entertaining regret. You didn't cross deserts and scale mountains, collecting hard-won wisdom and sacred scars, just to crumble at the first echo of difficulty. When the path turns rugged and shadows stretch across your steps, remember the essence of who you are. Remember the vast strength you have cultivated in hidden places. Challenges were never dispatched to label you weak or lacking. They were orchestrated to refine you, to sculpt you into a vessel capable of carrying even greater glory. As James 1:2-4 says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Each obstacle you encounter is another stone added to the sacred foundation, lifting you higher and higher toward your divine calling. grace wraps around you like an invisible armor, cushioning each blow of adversity so you can rise again, stronger than before. Intention is your weapon, a sharp blade slicing through the fog of confusion and the thorny vines of negativity. Sometimes you move with quiet elegance, allowing your actions to thunder, even in silence. But make no mistake, you never move aimlessly. Every step is calculated, every motion guided by an inner knowing that surpasses ordinary understanding. The protection you walk with is not common. It is a living testament to your calling, a sign that heaven itself has stamped your journey with divine approval. That covering isn't just for show, it's proof that your steps are unstoppable for a reason. So when the next door swings open, don't pause to question your worthiness. Don't dilute your boldness with unnecessary caution. Step through with unshakable confidence and the fierce certainty of someone who knows they are chosen. Stay deeply rooted in your values, with your gaze fixed firmly on your true north. Your elevation isn't a fragile hope waiting for outside validation. It is a decree woven into the fabric of your destiny. Can you feel that? The way your spirit leaps at the thought. It's because your soul recognizes what your mind sometimes doubts, that you were never meant to stay in the shadows. Your rise is inevitable, pre-written, unstoppable. Don't slow down now. The horizon stretching before you isn't just an invitation, it's a command, an open canvas begging to be claimed by your relentless vision. When you move from a place of divine purpose, each step becomes imbued with a sacred weight that few can even comprehend. Every move you make is not mere motion, it is a statement, a declaration that your life is not being lived by accident, but by holy design. Think of figures like Martin Luther King Jr., who faced overwhelming resistance, yet marched forward with clarity that ignited global transformation, or Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who fought through institutional barriers with quiet but unstoppable resolve, leaving a legacy of justice that continues to ripple through time. Your life echoes the same resonance, each step deliberate, each decision a sacred act that shapes not only your story, but inspires countless others who witness your journey. Every choice you make echoes far beyond the present moment, vibrating into the hearts and minds of those who dared to watch. It becomes more than action, it becomes revelation, because it is not noise or chaotic movement that defines you, chosen one, but the brilliant clarity and undaunted courage with which you navigate the noise. As Psalm 18:33 affirms, "He makes my feet like the feet of a deer, He causes me to stand on the heights." Chosen one, have you felt the surge within you lately? That inner knowing that purpose doesn't beg for the world's approval, doesn't linger at the edge of rooms hoping to be seen, doesn't hold its breath waiting for claps. Purpose stands tall, fierce, and unapologetic. It does not pause for permission or tremble at the sound of doubt. Purpose strides into every space with authority, commanding attention not through noise but through its undeniable presence. It transforms the very air around it, shifting atmospheres, awakening souls. And that, beloved, is exactly where you stand now, rooted deeply in intention, anchored unshakably in conviction. Every choice you make is not a random whim. It is drawn from a deeper source, a sacred wellspring that flows directly from your calling. That is why you remain unstoppable. That is why, even as others falter, your influence expands and your energy intensifies. Can you sense how some people stare in wonder, asking themselves, how do they keep moving forward while so many get lost? They don't see the hidden battles, the quiet victories over your own doubts, the countless unseen hours you poured into building that fortress within. They can't comprehend the harmony between your vision and your actions, the perfect alignment that makes every step you take feel so inevitable, almost preordained. You are not stumbling blindly through life. You are not drifting in circles hoping to find direction. You are moving in lockstep with a force greater than yourself. And that, chosen one, is what sets you apart. Your progress isn't rushed, isn't reckless, isn't chaotic. It is calm, measured, unwavering the march of someone who knows they are divinely guided. Each new challenge that appears is not a threat to your existence, but another test of your resolve. You don't break under pressure, you let it refine you. Pressure becomes your forge, sharpening your focus, purifying your intent. While others freeze at the sight of risk, paralyzed by the thought of what could go wrong, you see beyond the risk to the opportunity waiting on the other side. You step forward where others retreat. You have discovered that hesitation kills momentum, and that doubt clouds the pure light of your inner compass. And you refuse, absolutely refuse, to let either sabotage your future. You know, with a depth that cannot be taught or borrowed, that your next move is not just another motion, it is a divine strike, a seismic shift capable of altering everything around you. As Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." You don't conform, you transform. And every move you make reverberates as a declaration of your transformation. Look at figures like Muhammad Ali, who proclaimed, "I am the greatest," long before the world believed him. Or Frida Kahlo, who painted her pain and truth boldly, refusing to hide in the shadows of polite society. You, like them, understand that each step is not simply about progress, it is about embodying your truth so fully that the world can't help but respond. So act, chosen one. Let each action become a living reflection of your deepest purpose. Let your movement be the sermon no words could ever deliver, the vibration that shakes those still asleep in fear. Show the world, not through empty noise but through quiet certainty, that you are not wandering aimlessly. You are confidently claiming what is yours by divine right. You've given too much, fought too hard, endured too many sleepless nights and tear-soaked prayers to question yourself now. You have been tempered in fires they'll never know, shaped by trials they'll never see. Now is your time to step forward with the boldness of someone who understands that the path isn't simply waiting, it is being paved under your very feet. As Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." You are exactly where you need to be. Every breath, every heartbeat, every shiver of excitement in your spirit confirms it. If you are ready to claim your next chapter, if you feel the pulse of destiny pounding in your chest, declare it now. Type, "I am ready to step boldly," in the comments. Let this be your proclamation to the heavens and an invitation to those watching in silence. Your affirmation is more than words. It is a stake in the ground, a spiritual marker that announces, "I will not shrink. I will not wait. I will not be defined by fear." You are the invitation for others to find their own courage. Your movement is the key that unlocks doors not just for yourself, but for every silent dreamer waiting to see proof that faith still works, that purpose still triumphs, that chosen ones still rise. Chosen one, breathe this in. Your time is now, not tomorrow, not in some distant, safer future now. Your destiny is not something that waits politely at the door for you to feel ready. It roars, it knocks down walls, it burns through excuses. Can you feel the urgency pulsing through your spirit? You are not here to wonder whether victory is possible. You are here to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that victory is inevitable. This is not a question mark at the end of your story. It's an exclamation point written in divine ink. Understand this deeply. Your last move, that bold step you just took, was not merely a reaction to life's shifting circumstances. It was a declaration, a spiritual war cry, echoing across realms seen and unseen. It was your soul standing on the highest mountain and shouting to the universe, "I am here. I know who I am. I know what I carry." Every single doubter, every obstacle that rose like a towering wave, every voice that whispered poison to undermine your confidence, all have been silenced under the sheer weight of your unwavering intention. Think about the greats who walked before you. Nelson Mandela didn't just endure prison, He declared to the world his unbreakable vision of freedom and equality. Beyoncé didn't just perform. She declared her identity, her power, her mastery, turning stages into altars. In the same way, your move wasn't about proving anything to small minds. It was about announcing to heaven and earth who you are and what you are here to do. This moment is not some happy accident or twist of fate. You have earned it every sunrise where you rose to fight again, every midnight where you wrestled with your doubts, every disciplined decision when it would have been easier to quit. You have built this moment brick by brick, prayer by prayer, sacrifice by sacrifice. The universe has always known, and the angels have always celebrated what you are only just beginning to fully embrace. That you are 100% chosen, 100% aligned, and 100% unstoppable. There is no more room for hiding, no more shrinking to make others comfortable. You can't dim your light just to help those who refuse to grow feel at ease. As you move deeper into alignment, watch how the way forward begins to illuminate in ways that leave you breathless. Your inner light, once flickering and hidden, now blazes so brilliantly that it becomes impossible to ignore. Matthew 5:14 declares it plainly, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." You were never meant to blend into the background like a ghost in someone else's story. You were designed to shine, to stand tall like a city on a hill, to call others forward by simply existing in your full truth. And now even those who once doubted you can't help but stare in awe. They may not understand it, they may not even want to, but they can't deny it. Your rise is too radiant to be ignored. Your journey isn't just a testament to personal success or ambition fulfilled. It's a living, breathing sermon, an ongoing revelation of what happens when purpose is met with fearless obedience. People don't just watch you to see how high you go, they watch because your story activates something buried deep within their own spirits. Your courage becomes their permission slip. Your victory whispers to them, yes, you too can rise. Reflect on people like Oprah Winfrey, who transformed pain into power and gave countless others the permission to believe in their own possibility. Or Malala Yousafzai, who stood against oppression and became a global symbol of unbreakable purpose. Your path aligns with theirs not because you seek fame or validation, but because your authentic rise naturally inspires and disrupts. You were never created to blend in or remain small. Have you ever really sat with that? You weren't born to tiptoe through life, apologizing for your gifts, playing small to keep from outshining fragile egos. You were born to illuminate, to set rooms ablaze with possibility, to lead others toward their own hidden greatness simply by embodying yours without apology. When you show up in your full power, you change the spiritual weather of every room you enter. You alter destinies, shift mindsets, and awaken sleeping giants. Your existence is a divine invitation to others. Come higher, live bolder, step into your own unstoppable becoming. This is why it's vital now, more than ever, to share your journey. Not from a place of ego, but from the deep knowing that your story is a key that unlocks cages for others. Comment below, share your revelations, declare your victories. Let your voice ring out across the digital plains like a sacred trumpet call. Someone right now is waiting for your story to be the confirmation they needed to finally move, to finally believe, to finally take that first trembling step. As Ephesians 5:8 says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. Let your impact be visible. Let your light not just illuminate paths but blaze new trails through uncharted territories. Let your boldness be felt in the bones of everyone still trapped in quiet desperation. You are not merely a participant in life. You are an atmosphere shifter, a trailblazer, a living prophecy. You are the unexpected storm and the long-awaited sunrise all at once. You are the living, breathing evidence that when divine assignment collides with radical obedience, mountains move and seas part. Your light, chosen one, was never just for you. It was designed to be a beacon, a lighthouse cutting through fog for others who have lost their way. Your journey doesn't just belong to you, it belongs to every soul destined to cross your path, every spirit needing proof that what seems impossible is actually inevitable when God's hand is on it. So, stand boldly. Move with the certainty of someone who knows their name is etched into the architecture of destiny. Keep rising, not for applause, but because you can't do anything else but rise. It is in your spiritual DNA. Declare your readiness, not for them, but for yourself and the heavenlies watching. Type, "I am ready to step boldly," below, and let that be your war cry, your banner, your anchor. Your time is now. Your destiny is pressing against the walls of this moment, waiting for you to fling the doors open. Let no hesitation remain. Let no shadow linger. Move forward as the unstoppable, undeniable force you were always meant to be. The world isn't just watching your story, it is waiting to be transformed by it. And chosen one, the wait is over. It's your time. Shine. The world is waiting for your story, chosen one. It is yearning for your unique perspective, the rare lens through which you see life, and the unstoppable light that only you can carry. Have you truly felt how powerful that is? There is no one else with your combination of scars, victories, wisdom, and divine downloads. You are not meant to filter or dim that brilliance to make others comfortable. You are meant to shine unapologetically, fully, and boldly. Your journey isn't ending here. In fact, it's only just beginning. Everything you've experienced has merely prepared you for the greater impact that is about to unfold. Your greatest chapters, the ones that will echo across generations, are still ahead of you. So move forward, knowing that your light is not just for you, it is a torch meant to ignite fires in hearts still afraid to burn. Walk boldly into every new room, every new season, every new assignment, carrying the sacred confidence that you are heaven-approved and earth-needed. You are here on assignment, and every moment you show up in full authenticity, the world shifts. That's all for today, chosen one. But before you leave this space, let us seal this moment in prayer. Dear Father, I come before you with a heart open and ready for deeper trust. I pray for the growth of my faith. Lord, make it strong and unwavering. Help me to trust you completely, even when I see no physical evidence of your work, even when my senses want to doubt. Let my belief in your presence be unshakable, knowing that you are with me in every step, in every breath, and in every unknown future. Remind me daily that your thoughts toward me are thoughts of peace and prosperity, not harm thoughts, to give me a hope and a future, as you promised in Jeremiah 29:11. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always hearing my voice, for catching every tear, for holding every fear. Thank you for the divine assignments you have placed over my life, and for the strength you have planted within me to complete them. I offer up this prayer, every desire of my heart, every silent plea, to you alone, knowing you are faithful to finish what you started in me. I seal this prayer in the mighty, matchless name of Jesus. Amen. Beloved chosen ones, as we come to the end of this powerful message, I want to take a moment to truly thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, your open heart, and your willingness to walk this journey of revelation, transformation, and unstoppable faith alongside us. Your energy, your light, and your courage to keep showing up mean more than words can capture. I am deeply grateful for every single one of you who has chosen to listen, reflect, and step boldly into your divine calling. Whether you've been here from the very beginning or this is your first time joining us, please know you are part of a spiritual family that celebrates your growth and honors your story. If this video touched your spirit and you feel led to support this mission, you can donate through the Super Thanks feature. Your support helps us continue to create and share these messages that awaken, heal, and empower souls all around the world. And hear me clearly, whether you choose to donate or not, I am endlessly grateful for you. Your presence, your engagement, and your spirit are already a priceless gift. If this message resonated with you today, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this word with someone who needs this encouragement right now. Drop a comment below and tell us about your journey, the lessons you're learning, and how you're preparing for your own magnificent unfolding. Your words could be the light someone else is searching for. And if you're ready to keep going deeper, don't stop here. Watch our next video for even more powerful revelations about the hidden signs that confirm you are indeed the chosen one. We have cherished every moment of this spiritual journey with you, and we look forward to continuing to grow together in strength and divine purpose. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your unwavering presence in my life and for the abundance you bring. Now go, chosen one, shine without apology. The world needs you exactly as you are. Keep shining your light boldly and embracing your destiny with courage and joy. See you next time. Blessings to all the beautiful, radiant souls watching. May favor and peace follow you always.